averaging close to 20 points and 11 rebounds. Hits the first free throw, hits both free throws.
And he got double too, right?
He's a gamer. He's a gamer.
2-2-1 after the make has changed the complexion of this game from Fayetteville State's standpoint. They're not aggressive. They're not taking good shots. There's no ball movement. Ball and people movement. And they've done a really good job. Nowla now guarding Philippe Harris. Doing a good job on Harris.
Over the last 6 minutes, it's a 12-2 run for Elizabeth City State. Ball poked away, steal for Elizabeth City.
You've got to know who you're giving the basketball to and where you're giving it to.
Vikings have been down the field before. They won 4 games in last year's tournament to take home the title. West throws it away. And you should see the look on Sean Walker's face. Total disgust.
Well, he was looking for the knockout blow as we get under 5 minutes.
Dan, where are they going to get some offense for Fayetteville State?
I set some down screens or something to see if we can get, like right here, now see if we can pop out Philippe. See, the post guys for Fayetteville State have got to catch the ball and face up and go to the glass. You don't want them catching the ball and pushing it back out. They're not great ball handlers. You want them attacking. If you can get them to start lower, that creates some space for those perimeter guys. And Jabru's got to find a way to get a jump shot. But they're doing a good job, Elizabeth City, that is, on defense right there. They're doing a really good job. Face up, see?
Jay, good little move.
It was hard, but it counted. And they needed it.
First bucket in a while.
Spread set right now. You've always got to remember that now Hilliard's going to probably be closer to the basket. He's a good passer. He's a good catcher. Obviously, we know he can finish plays.
West loses it. It's because he was fouled. Philippe Harris, his second foul. And that's going to mean free throws for Elizabeth City State. That's the nice team foul on Sam Hanger's team. And West will shoot a 1-on-1, where he is very good at the free throw line, much like his head coach, Sean Walker. Ryan West shoots a good percentage, 82%.
And even though they've not really shot free throws well, I jinxed them. They're the 4th best team in the CIAA. But they've not done a great job at the line tonight.
That hurts when your senior point guard misses the front end of a 1-on-1. With under 5 minutes to play.
You've got to test your passes. You'll hear me talk about it all week long. It's being certain of your pass. If you don't think the guy can catch it, then you can make the play. Don't pass the ball. You shorten the distance. You use ball fakes, your shot fakes to get the ball there. You can't be loose now.
Foul call on Damon Hickman. He'll go to the bench, replaced by Shaquem Mitchell. So Elizabeth City State will get a little bit bigger as they bring in the 6'9" senior from Brooklyn. That is the 16th foul on Elizabeth City State. The next foul, and Fayetteville State will shoot free throws.
Got to be a driver, not a shooter from there. Set a screen for him.
Harris picks up his dribble.
Good defense by Elizabeth City.
And Harris just can't get free at all. Everything, he's just surrounded at all times, but he's now got 24.
Well, court awareness. He's a very smart player, and he understood exactly where he was. And after he rolled off that screen, he knew he had some room on the baseline.
I think Elizabeth City State will do that. If the only person who's going to score is Philippe Harris, they're going to say, go to it.
Do your best.
Hilliard, before the shot, offensive foul.
Wow. That might be the makeup Jabru was looking for earlier on that touch foul before a timeout, because it appeared to me he lost his balance.
Hilliard picks up the personal foul. And the ball will go back over to Fayetteville State. The Broncos trying to buck the odds and pick up the upset. They trail by 2.
Is Martin Clark from section 110 row C. That's Martin Clark, section 110 row C. He's just won $100 for himself and every single person in that row. Stay tuned. There's always another medal brewing.
Welcome back, everyone, to the oldest HBCU basketball tournament in the country. We're at the 4th CIAA tournament, Fayetteville State and Elizabeth City State. A 2-point game with 3:34 remaining. Stan, this is the 3rd consecutive year this tournament has been held in Charlotte. I think the people in the Queen City like having it here. They crunched some numbers. Last year's tournament, the 2007 tournament here in Charlotte, accounted for direct spending of over $18 million and a total economic impact of close to $28 million over a 1-week period. This thing is popular.
You think?
And let me, folks, we're going to say this entire week. Let me explain. You're taking a look, and sometimes you won't see every seat occupied. You walk in that concourse, there are people milling around. I did it yesterday. I was here for the first round game. There's people selling dresses out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's people selling artifacts. You basically got everything going on.
The whole area of food. And then don't forget that the Ford fan experience is going on at the convention center. That's
30,000 fans.
Exactly. Marion, Bow Wow. Chrisette Michelle is singing. She asked me to come on and do a duet with her. I told her I didn't know if I had time or not, but I tried to work it in. So a lot of things going on. BB Winan, CC Winans coming in. They've got Chef Marvin doing a cooking thing. B. Smith. George Clinton. That's right. And then all the parties. But I don't talk about the parties for 2 reasons. One, because it's basketball tournament. But most importantly is because we never get to go.
All right, well, Fayetteville State, they're hoping they don't have much time to go to any parties. They want to keep playing with Sean Walker's Elizabeth City State Vikings. They can have a say in that, as we're all tied up at 51.
Okay, here we go.
Nothing has been decided with 3 minutes remaining.
He had a buzzer beater last night. Virginia State wins the ball game. We'll talk more about that in the next game with 0.2 seconds remaining. Here we go again.
Hilliard fighting for position. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And Jeb Brew's a strong young man at 6'4", but just, you know, the strength, the upper body strength of Hilliard in the long arms, he couldn't fight him off the low block position.
Hilliard at the free throw line, just 4 for 9 so far today. Normally a 74% free throw.
Shooting 1+1.
Oh, Hilliard misses it, and the beat continues. Elizabeth City State 5 for 17 at the free throw line. We're talking free throws.
Yeah, you're right.
Larry Ross back into the game for Fayetteville State. They get it inside. Malcolm J. Once again, good footwork equals 2.
When he got him with the low block and let him work, and there was enough room at the top for him to do that. Good spin, good footwork, good basket.
Good pass, Olajuwon Johnson, the recipient of a nice dime from Devon Hickman.
Has Olajuwon Johnson stepped up in the second half for the Vikings?
Yes, he has. To the tune of 17 points and 12 rebounds.
Zone this time by Elizabeth City. Now you've got to say dribble penetrate and look for Jebrew or Harris. I'd like to see him move though, come from one side to the other.
Austin, wow! Picked a great time to hit his first long ball. Jamel Austin's first three-pointer of the second half, and it gives Fayetteville State a 3-point lead.
As we've said earlier, not the three-point shooter of those 3 that you'd want to have, but he does a great job. Watch this post play a moment ago by Jay. Catch, turn, score, uses the glass, and then you've got someone covering the basket. A nice job. Now watch this, Olajuwon Johnson. Everybody's kind of keeping their eye in the middle of the floor and trying to find Anthony Hilliard. You go inside to Olajuwon. Watch this, spot. It's almost a two-hand set shot. Not a lot of rotation, but it doesn't matter right there. You can't tell him that's not a big basket.
Jamel Austin powers Fayetteville State to a 3-point lead with 1:56 remaining. This is the first of what will be 4 quarterfinal games.
You think you can stand it? You think you can be okay?
We're off to a good start. We're off to a good start.
Last year's tournament, the first round games were all dedicated by a margin of less than 3 points each in the games, in the average. And he looked at, he said, wow, it can't get better than that, can it? Well, yeah, it can. And remember that the team that won the CIAA tournament the last 2 years came from the 1 o'clock game.
historian Stan Luter in the house.
You know, well, I was up late, was looking for some stuff, looking for some trends.
All right, let's see what Elizabeth City State will do to try and answer.
You don't have to panic if you're Elizabeth City. Plenty of time.
Elizabeth City State, the defending CIAA champs. Ball poked out of bounds, kicked by Olajuwon Johnson. It was stripped away, hit his foot and went out of bounds, and the turnover goes to Fayetteville.
Not a good possession, really never got comfortable in their sets. Still a lot of time, 1:39, both teams have timeout, possession arrow goes to Fayetteville.
Stan, you've heard it here before. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Last year, Elizabeth City State, they were the underdogs. They won 4 consecutive games. This time around, they're not the underdogs, they're the top dogs, and they're playing differently.
A team that had a 13-game win streak, but like I said, the last 2 basketball games, a loss at Bowie State and a huge loss at Virginia Union. You wonder where the psyche is of the defending champion.
Austin breaks the pressure. Oh, dangerous pass, and Harris is fouled by Johnson going after it. Harris will go to the free throw line.
You said just a few seconds ago about testing your passes. That's not the pass you want to make. But Philippe Harris came to meet it and the upper body strength. You see he's a big young man. Kenny Phillips would like to have him running fullback or something on the football team. But his ability to catch the ball and eventually get the foul.
And Harris, the best free throw shooter in the CIAA this year. They'll have a 1-on-1 situation. He's an 84% free thrower.
Philippe Harris shoots 1-and-1.
Sam Hanger, every year in February, you know his teams are going to be tough. They're going to make plays. They're going to defend. They're going to run certain things. And you're going to have to beat them. Elizabeth City, you're going to have to beat Fayetteville.
2 free throws good for